So I've just been experiencing my first close relative death since my husband passed away. And that was with my grandmother. My grandmother lived to be 98 years old, so we were very privileged in being able to have her as long as we did. But in the last couple of weeks of her life, things her health turned very quickly and suddenly, and then she passed away. And it's been kind of an interesting process for me, and I've noticed a lot of different things as I've gone through this. And of course, I think with every death, it's going to impact us differently depending on a lot of different things. How close you are to the person, how the timing of it, like for my grandma, with her being so old, it's been kind of expected. Even though her health has been good, I knew based on her age that it was probably coming in the near future. And then different things go into your response and how you feel during the loss of someone. But that being said, I have noticed that things in general do not bother me like they used to. Because it feels like in my life, it feels like I've lost the most important and greatest thing in my life. And so, like, everything else just pales in comparison. I mean, like, even just like troubles I've gone through, trials I've suffered with, things that used to would bother me, and I'm just kind of like, oh well, it is what it is. And it doesn't bother me to the degree that it would have before, because it's like, because I have suffered such great loss, everything in my life has just changed. My perspective on things has changed. My response to things has changed. And so in one way, as I've dealt with the death of my grandmother, there's just been like just this calmness about it. And that and I think there would have been some calmness to it anyway, just because of the fact that she is elderly, and I did expect it. And even though I've always been close to my grandma, in recent years, maybe not as close because I've been busy with my own life, and not as close as I was when I was younger and I was spending the night with her a lot and things like that. But anyway, so just my my reaction has been a lot different than what it would have been pre-losing my husband, I believe. And then the second part, though, is that it has been kind of emotional for me, in the sense of bringing back thoughts of my husband. So it's strange because, you think, okay, I've lost my grandma, I'm going to be grieving my grandma. But instead, it's like I've been hurting thinking about my husband again. And I was thinking about it and thinking about how it's like pulling a scab off of a wound and causing it to re-bleed. And it's been that way. It's just been like, in the last 2 weeks, as I've gone up, as when my grandma's health turned worse, I went up several times to visit with her, to talk with her, to pray with her. And it was like every time I was making those trips, I was remembering the many trips I took to the hospital to see my husband. I was remembering those last moments. I would, and it was just like, ugh. And, of course, I did think about my grandma, and I did think about memories with her. And not saying there wasn't any thoughts there about her, but it was like those fresh wounds that I have still from losing my husband. I could just feel them just reopening. And so it's, and I know one night I just laid in the bed crying, thinking about how much I missed him. And so it's been different. It's like, in a lot of ways, it's been easier in this case to deal with death. Now, maybe somebody else might impact me a lot more. I don't know. But it's been a lot easier. because everything just pales in comparison to the hurt I experienced losing him. And then at the same time, it's just been kind of bringing back all the heartache of losing him. So it's been a different experience. I don't know. Well, if I have another experience like this, I'll maybe do another update. Hope I don't have another one anytime soon though. But death will come. Death will come, and we have to realize that people are not with us forever. And I will say, I am thankful. I had my grandma for 98 years, which is amazing. And I pray that I am just as blessed with a long life as her. I say that, I mean, there's a part of me that, yes, desperately wants to be with my husband. So I'm like, I don't need to be here for 98 years. But as far as my kids, my grandkids and stuff, I would love to be here for a long time with them. So she was very blessed with a long life. And so I'm very thankful for the time we had with her. And I'm mostly sorrowful right now for my mom and my aunts, because I know it's going to be very difficult for them, and also my grandma's husband. I know he's going to have a difficult time being without her. And so anyway, yep, everything changes when you lose your spouse. The way you respond to things, it definitely changes.